Okay, so have you ever noticed this? Like you've got your male cat and he's like all independent during the day, right? I don't need anyone, strutting around doing his own thing.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. The classic aloof feline.
Right. But then, boom, nighttime hits and suddenly he's curled up right next to you in bed, purring away.
It's like a switch flips, isn't it? From solitary hunter to cuddle monster in a matter of hours.
It really is. And it always makes me wonder, like, what's the deal with that? Why do they choose to be so close to us when they could be off in their own little cat world? It's like a fascinating paradox, you know?
Oh, absolutely. It's one of those things that the more you think about it, the more intriguing it becomes, because it really speaks to something deeper about their nature and the bond they form with us.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going to unravel the mysteries behind why your male cat chooses your bed as his nightly haven. And trust me, it's a lot more complex than just finding a comfy spot to snooze.
Oh, yeah. Way more to it than meets the eye. We're talking instincts, emotions, that unique human-animal bond that develops, all playing a role in this nightly ritual.
Exactly. So if you're ready to understand what your furry friend is really saying when he curls up next to you, well, you've come to the right place.
We're going to break it all down piece by piece.
So let's start with something that seems super fundamental here. Trust. I mean, cats are known for being independent, right? Like almost to a fault sometimes.
Right. Very much so. It's ingrained in their DNA.
So for them to choose to be completely vulnerable, knocked out next to us while we're sleeping, that seems like a huge display of trust.
Huge. Absolutely. You've got to think about it from their perspective, right? Unlike pack animals like, say, dogs who rely on that group safety net, cats, especially male cats, they've evolved with this deep-seated independence.
They've always been more about every cat for himself, so to speak.
Exactly. Their survival in the wild depended on their own skills, their own instincts. So when a cat, especially a male, chooses your bed as his sleeping spot, well, it's not just a random decision.
No, it's a choice, like a very deliberate choice.
Absolutely. They're saying, I feel safe enough with you, around you, to let my guard down completely. Because sleep, that's when they're at their most vulnerable, right?
No claws, no teeth, totally out. Yes.
Exactly. So that level of trust, it doesn't just appear overnight. It's built. It's earned through consistent care, positive interactions, the whole package.
So basically all those little moments of kindness, all those head scratches, those are all building blocks for that trust.
They all add up. And the cat learns, hey, this human, this is a safe space. This is someone I can trust to watch over me, even when I'm completely defenseless.
Which, when you put it that way, makes it even more meaningful when they choose to snuggle up to us.
Oh, absolutely. It's a testament to the bond you've created.
So we've got trust as a foundation. But let's be real. We all love a comfy bed, and I bet our feline friends are no different.
Oh, you know it. Comfort plays a huge role here.
Especially when it comes to warmth, right? I mean, Have you ever noticed how cats always seem to find the warmest spot in the house?
Always, whether it's a patch of sunlight or, your laptop keyboard while you're trying to work.
Exactly. So I'm guessing our beds, all cozy with blankets and, well, body heat. That's pretty much cat heaven, right?
It's like a giant personalized heating pad, and they know it. Cats have a naturally higher body temperature than we do, so they're drawn to warmth like moths to a flame. And your bed, well, it's basically a furnace of cozy goodness in their eyes.
Plus, there's that extra level of warmth and comfort that comes from being close to another living being, right?
Absolutely. It's not just the physical warmth of the blankets, it's also the warmth radiating from you. And there's something inherently soothing about that for them, just like it is for us.
It's like a shared warmth, a shared sense of comfort. Now, I've also noticed that my cat seems to get into a bit of a routine around bedtime. Like, he almost knows when I'm going to be there.
Oh, yeah. Cats are creatures of habit, big time. Routine is their jam.
So that predictability, that plays into the comfort factor too, right?
Huge factor. Knowing that you'll be in your bed at a certain time each night, it creates this sense of stability for them. It becomes this anchoring point in their world, something they can count on amidst all the other unpredictable things that might happen during their day.
And speaking of things they can count on, let's not forget about scent. I mean, our scent is everywhere in our beds.
Oh, absolutely. And for cats, scent is everything. They live in a world of smells, much more so than we do. And your scent, to them, it's like a beacon of safety and home. It's familiar, it's comforting, it's reassuring.
So it's like they're creating this little haven of comfort, right?
Yeah.
The warmth, the routine, your scent, it's all there in one place.
A haven that includes you, by the way. It's not just a random spot they've chosen, it's a spot they associate with you and all those positive feelings you represent.
Okay, so we've covered trust, we've covered comfort. But let's talk about the warm and fuzzy stuff. Affection. Because let's be real, we all want to believe our cats love us, right?
Yeah.
Even though they might have a funny way of showing it sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. And while cats might not be as outwardly affectionate as, say, dogs, who are all about those tail wags and face licks, their choice to sleep near us is, in its own way, a pretty profound expression of affection.
It is, when you think about it.
Right. Like, they're choosing to be physically close to you during their most vulnerable time. That's not something they do lightly.
It's like they're saying, you're my person and I feel safe and connected with you.
Exactly. And, it's interesting to consider how this behavior might have evolved over time, because wild cats, they don't exactly cuddle up to sleep together, do they?
Not really known for their snuggle sessions out in the wild.
No. But domesticated cats, they've had thousands of years of coexisting with humans. They've learned that closeness with their humans brings benefits. It strengthens the social bond. It increases feelings of safety and security.
So those nighttime snuggles, they're not just random. They're actually reinforcing that bond they have with us.
Exactly. It's a deliberate act, a way of strengthening that connection. And, it's often the case that a cat might choose one specific person in the household to sleep with, indicating a particularly strong bond with that individual.
Which, I have to say, makes those little headbutts in the middle of the night even more special.
Oh, absolutely. It's a privilege to be chosen as their preferred cuddle buddy.
Now, this next one, I'll be honest, it's a little less obvious to me.
Oh.
Territory. How does sleeping with us tie into a cat's sense of territory?
So, cats are incredibly territorial creatures, right? Their world revolves around defining and defending their space.
And they do that with, like, scent marking. Right.
Exactly. Scratching posts, rubbing their faces on things, spraying, hopefully not. It's all about leaving their scent behind and saying, this is mine.
So when they sleep with us, are they kind of marking us as part of their territory?
In a way, yes. By being in close physical contact, they're transferring their scent onto you, onto the bedding, onto the whole sleeping area.
It's like saying, this human, this space, this is all part of my domain now.
Exactly. And it can also tie into that sense of possessiveness that some cats display, that you are mine kind of vibe.
So it's not necessarily about them guarding us while we sleep, right? It's more about establishing their claim on us and the space we share.
Right. In a domestic setting, it's less about protection from external threats and more about reinforcing their connection to their resources. And in their world, you, as their provider of food, comfort, and affection, you're a pretty valuable resource.
Wow, I never thought of it that way. It's like they're saying, you're mine, and I'm going to make sure everyone knows it.
In their own subtle, feline way, yes. And that reinforcement of the bond, it benefits both sides of the equation.
So it's not just about warmth and comfort. It's also about claiming their place in our world, with us right at the center of it. That's pretty amazing.
It really highlights the depth of the relationship.
Okay, now let's move on to something that I think a lot of pet owners can relate to. Emotional support. We all know how comforting a purring cat can be when we're feeling down.
Oh yeah, there's nothing quite like it.
So is it possible that cats might actually be drawn to sleep with us when they sense that we're stressed or anxious? Like, are they trying to offer comfort in their own way?
Absolutely. Cats are incredibly perceptive creatures. They pick up on our emotional states, even the subtle ones, much more than we often realize.
So they might notice changes in our mood, our behavior, even our scent, right?
Exactly. They're masters at reading those cues. And just like they might rub against our legs or purr loudly when we're feeling down during the day, they might choose to sleep extra close to us at night when they sense we're not quite ourselves.
It's like they're little furry therapists, offering silent support and comfort.
In a way, yes. They might not understand the complexities of human emotions, but they recognize when something is off, and they respond in ways that have proven to be comforting over time. Their physical presence, the warmth of their body, that rhythmic purring, it can all have a very calming effect.
And there's also that whole thing about oxytocin, the love hormone, being released when we pet them.
Exactly. That probably plays a role too. It adds to that overall sense of well-being and connection that comes from their presence.
So they're not just there for the warmth, they're also there to offer support when we need it most, which I have to say is pretty remarkable.
It really is. It speaks to their empathy, their ability to tune into our emotional needs.
Okay, now let's shift gears a little bit and talk about sleep itself, Because cats, as we all know, they sleep a lot.
They're practically professionals at it. 12 to 16 hours a day, easy.
Seriously. So, considering they spend so much of their lives sleeping, how does that play into their choice of sleeping location?
It's huge. It makes their sleeping spot choice even more meaningful because they're not just choosing a place to catch a quick nap, they're choosing where to spend a significant portion of their lives.
So our beds become prime real estate in their world, given how much time they dedicate to sleep.
Absolutely. And, we talked about trust earlier. Well, sleep is when they're at their most vulnerable. So the fact that they choose to spend such a large chunk of that vulnerable time near us, it really underscores the depth of that trust.
It's like they're saying, I trust you enough to let my guard down completely for hours on end.
Exactly. They're placing their well-being, their safety in your hands during their most unguarded moments. It's a pretty profound statement.
It really brings us full circle back to that core element of trust, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It underpins so much of their behavior.
Absolutely. Without that trust, they wouldn't be comfortable surrendering to sleep in such close proximity to us.
Now, let's address the elephant, or should I say, the very independent cat in the room. We always hear about cats being these fiercely independent creatures, right?
Oh yeah, that's the classic stereotype. Aloof, self-sufficient, not needing anyone.
So how does that square with a cat who seems to want to be glued to their human at night?
Well, that's the thing. The idea that independence and the ability to form attachments are mutually exclusive, it's simply not true.
So cats can be independent and still crave connection.
Absolutely. Research is actually showing that cats develop attachment styles with their humans, much like dogs and even children.
Wow, that's fascinating. So there's more emotional depth to their behavior than we might give them credit for.
Oh, way more. There are cats who exhibit secure attachment, where they feel comfortable exploring their environment, knowing they have a safe base to return to, which is often their human.
And that secure attachment, that could manifest in them wanting to sleep near us.
Exactly. They're not being clingy or needy. They're simply expressing that secure bond, that feeling of safety and comfort they get from being close to their chosen person.
So a cat who loves to snuggle at night might actually be a sign of a healthy, secure bond. That's a relief to hear.
Exactly. It means they feel safe, loved, and connected. Of course, every cat is an individual, and some are naturally more aloof than others. But that consistent desire to be close during sleep, it often points towards a deep, secure attachment.
It really challenges that old stereotype of the emotionally distant cat, doesn't it?
It does. It opens up a whole new understanding of their emotional capacity and the complexity of their relationships with us.
Now, before we wrap things up, is there anything we should be aware of in terms of health or behavioral changes? Like, could a sudden shift in a cat's sleeping habits, especially a male cat, be a cause for concern?
It definitely can be something to pay attention to. While in most cases, a cat choosing to sleep with you is a good sign, a sudden and drastic change in that behavior could be a signal that something's up.
So, like, if a cat who was always pretty independent suddenly becomes super clingy and wants to sleep on top of you every night,
that could potentially indicate something's causing them stress or anxiety. It could be a change in their environment, a new pet in the house, even an underlying health issue they're not showing other signs of.
Or on the flip side, if a cat who always slept with you suddenly starts avoiding you at night.
That could also be a sign that something's wrong. It might be worth checking in with your vet just to rule out any potential medical issues.
So it's really about paying attention to those deviations from their normal behavior, right?
Exactly. Sudden changes are often a cat's way of telling us that something's not quite right in their world.
It's like their own little alarm system, letting us know we need to investigate further.
Exactly. But, it's important to emphasize that in the vast majority of cases, a cat choosing to sleep with their human is a beautiful thing. It's a testament to the bond you share, the trust you've built, and the love you have for each other.
It's a reminder that even though they might have a reputation for being independent, cats can be incredibly affectionate and devoted companions.
Absolutely. They just express it in their own unique feline way.
So to wrap things up, when your male cat decides your bed is the place to be, it's really about so much more than just finding a comfy spot to snooze.
It really is. It's about trust, comfort, affection, even territory. It's a multifaceted expression of their bond with you.
It's like a secret language they're speaking, a language of purrs, snuggles, and late-night cuddles.
And the more we understand that language, the deeper our connection with them becomes.
Absolutely. So the next time your furry friend curls up next to you, take a moment to appreciate it. It's not just a random act of feline laziness. It's a gesture of love, trust, and deep connection.
It's a privilege to be chosen as their sleeping companion.
It really is.
Mm.
And it's fascinating to think about how those nighttime habits might reflect the overall well-being and security your cat feels in your home.
Exactly. The more enriched and secure their life is, the more likely they are to seek out that close connection with you during those vulnerable sleeping hours.
So hopefully this deep dive has given you a new appreciation for those nighttime cuddles and a deeper understanding of the amazing bond you share with your feline friend.
And maybe even a few things to think about in terms of how you can further strengthen that bond and create an even more secure and loving environment for your cat.
And on that note, we're going to wrap things up for today. We hope you enjoyed this exploration of feline behavior and that you learned something new about your furry companion. Until next time, keep those curious minds engaged.
And keep those cuddle puddles warm.
Absolutely.